Do you have a brick on your practice? Do you have something that kind of artificially stops its growth? I know I did at one time. One of the things you can have is everybody can look busy. You have a lot going on, right? But we can't see the patient who should be there because we're already very busy. So in my practice 100 years ago, I had a paper schedule. I had 3 therapists. I had 3 columns. What else did I need? Nothing more than that. I got a phone call from the consulting company owner who I was working with, who was helping me grow my practice. And she says, man, you guys are rocking it. You guys are so busy. You've really grown. I said, yeah, but I don't think we can grow anymore. And she says, why is that? And I said, well, the schedule book is full. And she goes, oh, well, get a bigger book. And I went, what? She goes, get a bigger book. Get a bigger book with more lines in it, and then put names in those areas. And I went, right. She goes, oh, wait a minute, Shaun, I just need to understand. Does a book control your practice, or do you control your practice? And I'm like, I control my practice, right? So I went out to Staples, Office Depot, or wherever, and I bought this big book with 9 columns in each side, and I laid it down in front of my receptionist. And Linda looks up at me and she goes, what are you doing? I can't get anything else done. I go, what would you be doing that would be more important than filling this book? And she just looked at me, rather glared at me, and said, I'll fill your damn book. I'm like, I guess that's good. I'm sorry that she's angry, but she really couldn't do anything else because the book was enormous, right? So you reach the end of the week. I don't know if you're like me, but I always like to see what Monday is going to look like for me. Sometimes it makes me sick to my stomach because I know Bob Smith's coming out on Monday and I got to deal with that, and I think about him all weekend. But, I go to look at what Monday looks like. I flip over and I look at the schedule. All 3 of us were filled, and in the 4th column there were 4 names. I said, Linda, what are these 4 people? Who are they going to see? She goes, that's not my problem. You told me to fill the book. I'm filling your damn book. That ended up being one of my most successful things ever in private practice. She took the brick off the practice. Everybody was busy, but she saw patients who needed to get in. Now, if she looked at the therapist's schedule, control it, we would have had these people waiting, missing appointments, coming in less frequently. She threw them in, gave me the problem of figuring out how we're going to get the delivery done. Well, it didn't take me long when you start noticing that you're picking up about 8 or 10 patient visits in your 4th column. You're going to hire a therapist because you know there's enough revenue there for that guy. So that would be what we would do. We brought in the 4th therapist, filled up that schedule, start throwing a couple of names into the 5th schedule, hopped in another therapist, went into the 6th schedule. You get it, right? We took the brick off the practice and allowed for a very stellar growth projection moving forward once we were able to do that. But that was so significant, and it was totally accidental. So I recommend that you take the brick off, open up a spot, fill up everything else, but you spill over. Never say no to a patient's appointment. Thanks.